Hi, welcome to Friend Date with Shawana and Sonia. What's going on? Well, we discuss lifestyles, life lessons, and lessons learned. So today I'm with my girl, and once again, we are live and in person. What's up,
Hey,
boo?
friend.
Hey.
How you doing?
Okay.
Good.
So what's new with you?
Well, look, everything and nothing.
Everything and nothing.
Just trying to bring more focus to myself on the things that I want to do and to get accomplished this year. And primarily taking better care of myself and executing on goals that I really want to see come to fruition. So that's what I've been working on this week. What about you?
I love it. I love it. I love it. This week I've worked on absolutely nothing.
Yes, you have.
I've worked on nothing.
She
Nothing.
She worked at work.
I worked at work.
She went to some events supporting some very important people
I went to some events supporting some important people in my life. Mostly parties. I mean, you know what? My win this week was I percolated in 5-inch heels. Bam. That's
the stop of the first place.
That's my win for today. I hope you all got a glass of wine because today we're talking about friendships, reconnecting and maintaining friendships. And so one of the things that we wanted to discuss is our friendship. Sonia and I basically grew up together. Shout out to 43rd.
I'm trying.
We basically grew up together and we've been knowing each other for, I don't know, about 40 years. And as life often happens, we graduated and we went our separate ways and many years passed. She did what she was doing. I did what I was doing. And about 2 years ago, was it almost 2 years ago, I think, I had a birthday party and I invited her and she came and we pretty much been inseparable ever since. So you want to touch more on that?
Yeah. So although we had become friends on social media, we weren't, friends in real life. Right. And just watching people's life develop, the ups and the downs, projects, goals, things like that, people taking trips and stuff. And Fren, she had invited me to a couple of functions before, and I didn't go because at the time I was a Jehovah's Witness, which you only party with Jehovah's Witnesses. But anyway, so with this invitation, I was intent on coming because I was in the place that I wanted to form new friendships and, if possible, salvage some that have been cast to the wayside for whatever reason. So yeah, when I attended her party, it was great, and I'm like, let's stay in touch, and so we did, and it's been great.
I am truly thankful to have her in my life. Sonia has been like a breath of fresh air. She really has, and I appreciate having her as a friend because my girl, she gonna get some stats to you. Like I said, I call her textbook. She textbook. I'm street. Because she reads a lot more than I do. Although I like to read, but I don't have the time to dedicate to reading as much as I would want to. So she's more textbook, I'm more street. And we kind of balance each other out. Our differences kind of balance each other out, and I like that. So you'll find that a lot of times when we discuss things, we'll have a different point of view, but it's all love because I truly feel like a part of celebrating friendship is respecting different opinions. People can have different opinions about things, and it's okay. It's okay. And so I just really enjoy having her in my life.
Thank you, friend.
So cheers to you, friend.
Oh,
bam.
Thank you. So yeah. So one of the things that we've done to make sure that we stay connected and that our friendship doesn't just stall or grow stale or just like stay at the surface is, making sure that we actually get together, in addition to, texting and talking on the phone or whatever. Like we make sure that we actually get together. Hence,
Mm-hmm.
friend date. That's how that came about, because we'll be like friend date. And we very much look forward to it, And so we always have something delicious. We always have something to drink, and we catch each other up on things that are going on, in our lives, good, bad, happy, sad. We laugh, we dance, we listen to music, we do all the things that we like to do. Sometimes we go out, and have ourselves a great time. So, I would say that it's been wonderful taking a chance on reconnecting and then working toward building something that's worth something.
There you go. Fren said it all. She said building something that's worth something. And at this point in my life, it is very, very important that the people in my life add value.
Indeed.
You got to have people in your life that's going to add value.
Yes.
You don't need empty people, because they're a waste of time. I'm just going to tell you, if they add no value, then you don't truly need them in your circle at a certain point in your life. And so do you want to discuss like what you think the key parts is of maintaining a friendship?
Yeah, sure. I think one of the main things that is pivotal in maintaining a friendship is intentionality. We intend on building together. And so, we reciprocate in every way possible. There's no texts or calls that go unanswered. If one of us want to do something, even if the other one isn't that excited about, we still go. And we, do things that we both enjoy. We've taken, a trip together. More than one. Well, we've been doing a lot of stuff, but anyway, we make plans to be together. If somebody's having an event, invite the other one. So that, I think that's been really pivotal in making sure that we have a consistent flow and nothing feels, unbalanced.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I also think that part of maintaining friendships is just being there for each other. If she's going through something and I need to stop what I'm doing to talk to her for a minute, we gonna do that, because that's what friends do. And one thing about myself is that I'm the type of person where you could call me at 3 p.m., you can call me at 3 a.m. and I'm going to answer. Now, if you call me at 3 a.m., you're gonna scare the shit out of me because I think somebody did, but that's just the type of friend I am. Like, you could call me at any time and I'm gonna be there for you and I'm gonna have your back as long as I feel like you got mad and I feel like she does, and we've just enjoyed hanging out and getting to know each other and reconnecting. So let this be a testament that sometimes taking a chance on reconnection works out for you. And I truly feel like that this was purposely designed for us to reconnect and get together. And I mean, that's pretty much it. And so I know there are times when we deal with friendships and we think that people are our friends, and then stuff backfires, and then people who you thought were your friend you learn is truly not. And so we just wanted to speak a little bit about navigating friendships and when do you cut ties?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, for me, cutting ties is something that's not that difficult. It's harder for me to cut ties with a quote unquote friend than it is for, like, let's say a lover. Like, I don't have a hard time doing that. But for friends, especially how long we've been friends, sometimes the length of time that you've known each other or called each other friends, plays more of an important role than it actually should. Really, like anybody that I've discontinued being friends with, generally, once I replay the nature of our friendship, it usually was unbalanced. More or less, I've been the giver, they've been the taker. whatever situations have arisen, I'm the one that's always helping instead of being assisted. It may have been a couple times that they were happy to help, but for the most part, they didn't even that wasn't the case. You'll find that some of them was secretly envious, and it'll come out in some random shocking ways, and you just be like, wow, this is how you felt all this time. So you have to be careful. But
you have to be careful.
One thing I would say, if somebody, let's say you all are on the brink, your friendship is questionable. If that person is not just as distraught and trying to fight for the friendship as you, then they don't care that much. They don't care to lose you. So, I only had one friend and we broke bad, but we came back together. But it was a fight to come back together. But deep down, we both still, it was just like, how you love somebody like their family. So even though you don't talk to them and you mad at them, the love is still there. So eventually we respected the love and came back and apologized and laid it all out, what had happened, and and basically the vow to never let no shit like that happen again. So again, it's the nature of the relationship, how valuable it really is to both of you, and how committed you are to maintaining it or cutting it off if it ain't adding value.
Right. So when you just discussed the situation, with one of your friends, so do you find that the friendship is the same? Like, were you able to mend fences and create a strong bond that you once had, or is the bond like? So if you care to discuss,
I can discuss. Yeah. So the bond is still strong because it always was strong, but I think just proceed a little bit differently. Like I'm not as yes as I was. Like I'm not like quick to say no, but I'm more hesitant, and as a result, because I will say no, it's less asking. You know what I'm saying? It's just more respect, more okay. My boundaries are my boundaries, and this person is respecting it, and vice versa. So I feel like we just more grown lady with our friendship now. Right. I feel like that we're both just like, this is really what it is. I love you and your family. You love me and my family, and we need to not ever act like that ain't the case ever again.
Okay. I can respect that, because sometimes, when friends part ways, and even if they do get back together, it's never the same, because I feel like, and this goes with anything, whether it's a friendship, anything within your family, even a relationship. I feel like when something major happens, people forgive, but they truly never really forget.
Yeah, and that's true. And I'm usually the one that has to be the forgiver. I'm usually the one that has been, wronged in some kind of way. But even if that's the case, I still take responsibility, because I may have responded in the wrong way. Because that's really kind of what happened. This is what was said. This is what's happening. I should have just took that person that was saying it and took it straight to her, which I didn't, because this was a relative of hers. And I just talked to her about it. That's not what was happening. But all three of us should have talked right then and there and squared it out, so we could have heard who said what and what was the case. That way, in the future, nobody is going to be saying this or saying that without being, called upon to stand on it, and to squash anything in the future from going ahead. So, I just proceed with caution. Because anybody that has ever wronged you, they can wrong you again.
That is so true. That is very, very true.
I don't hold it against them, because look how much we wrong the Lord. Look how much we wronged our parents, our siblings, like our lovers. Like, we all do wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's, how important it is to make up for it. Is there, effort in that? Is there intention about never doing that again, by making sure those behaviors don't lead to that, by having honesty and transparency, because I require that. So yeah, I think like if you had a relationship, a friendship, and you all just went your separate ways, nothing really bad happened, then reconnecting could be just great and just hey. But if there was an issue, depending on what it was, like I mean, if you was like, oh, you slept with my man, maybe not that one, probably not that one.
No, not
but if
that.
It was something
like,
that
no, baby.
some bullshit, then maybe you know what I'm saying. There's a chance. So I'm not even advocating that. I'm just saying.
I mean, because I've seen several friendships dissolve over money, over men, over just very jealousy, various factors. Because and you know what, and I'm gonna say this, and it's very very sad, but I feel like if you want to know who's gonna stab you in the back, look at your friend circle, because it's more than likely one of your friends, and it's just. There's a saying that says keep your keep your
enemies close.
Keep your
friends close, but enemies closer.
Yeah, but I feel like it's vice versa, because most of the time when somebody does something to you or when you get hurt, it is somebody that you do consider a friend.
Right.
And I think we chatted and I told you about a friendship that recently dissolved with somebody that was in my friend circle. And really it was something that could have been resolved with a simple phone call and a simple conversation. But this person chose not to do that. And I made a firm decision that I'm not reaching out. I'm not reaching out.
Right.
Because at a certain point, you get tired of being a forgiver.
Yeah, and that's totally understandable. And I would say it really does matter the real nature of your friendship. Because a lot of people are under the impression that these people are friends because y'all been hanging out, because you've known them a long time or whatever. But I challenge people to actually look at the person that broke bad on you. Actually look at the contribution that they made to your friendship. Is what they did, is that something really, really out of character for them? Or is this stuff that they only been doing to other people?
And see, this is where the plot thickens, right?
Okay.
Because you and I discussed in a previous vlog about having friends that do shit to other people and they tell you about it. And I think I said, I looked and I said, shit, you see people, when they do shit, you wonder if they're going to do that shit to me. Well, yeah, it was one of those situations where, yeah. And so can I say I'm surprised? No, I cannot, because I knew this person was vengeful and vindictive because you had told me about stuff that you did to other people when you felt like you was wrong. And we're talking about a guy here. So some of the stuff that you did wasn't even guy-like qualities. It wasn't stuff that typical men do. But, hey, whatever.
Men are the new bitches. Y'all didn't know. That's what's really going on. That's why they want princess treatment and 50-50. And
why you ain't call me? You should have called me.
They the new bitches. That's why. So,
okay, Fren. Men are the new bitches.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a real man. And I ain't joking. The man that know what a man's supposed to do and do that shit.
And Honeyville. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being a forgiver. I'm tired of overlooking shit. And as a result of just certain situations where I feel like my boundaries were tested, I'm pretty much like, you know what? I'm going to really start treating people how they treat me instead of treating people how I feel like I should be treated.
Okay.
And so that's my lesson.
Okay.
I need to reflect back the same energy y'all giving me. If y'all ain't doing shit, I ain't doing shit. If y'all ain't helping me, I ain't helping you. And that's just how it gotta be.
Yeah.
The
only thing is, like, for me, I just remove those people.
Right.
Like, I don't reciprocate negative energy or low vibrations. I don't got time for that, number one. And number two, that person doesn't care about the relationship. They only care about the benefit it was for them to have you. So they're not thinking about them benefiting you anyway.
And see, you said the right word right there. Beneficial.
That's right.
Beneficial. Because there are people like, who strictly have you as a friend because of the benefits they feel like they getting from it.
That's right. And men too.
And that goes from, and that goes
from male and females do that. This is not,
like, how are you benefiting me? And it ain't only just friendship. Sometimes it's family too. That's another topic. Family is another topic. But, anybody that, if you evaluate, if you don't find it's 50-50, I'm helping you, you helping me, you beneficial to me, I'm beneficial to you, probably reevaluate that. Reevaluate and see if you feel like the value that you add is being reciprocated. Because if it's not, then that's somebody you probably need to cut loose.
Yeah. Another way to measure or assess the quality of your friendship is do you all grow together? Are you growing? Are you both learning and building and doing new things to make you both better?
That is right. You gotta, if y'all have goals and y'all working together on goals, that is very important because, like, I know all of the projects and the goals that Sonia has. Sonia knows what I want to do, my projects, my goals, my entrepreneur goals, all that. She know all of that. So, and that's how we add benefit. We add benefit to each other in so many ways. But, that's one of the things that we add is the support of each other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When my homegirl was a part of her book project, I was there for her signing. She was, speaking on her portion of the book, and I was out there cheering her on. I was so proud of her. When she was done, I gave her a hug like a fat kid love cake. I was hugging her like a fat kid hugging some cake because I was so proud of my friend. Yes. And so, and that's, and that's just part of how it is, because people, it is hard. And I find this day and age and this time, it is very hard to maintain a friendship. It's hard to meet new people. It's hard to find somebody that you truly vibe with, because now we're all so cautious of each other until we're not even trying. We're not even trying to put in the work, right? To build a relationship or friendship with somebody. So you kind of have to treasure those people that's been in your life for a while, or, people like Sonia, who we knew each other, way back when, and, we followed each other on social media and we seen what each other was doing. And then finally we reconnected. There's always situations like that. But the people that I value, I hold very close to my heart, and it's not many. Yeah, because I'm not one to have many friends. I'm here to tell you, I probably only got 3 people who I really trust to talk to. Because for me, it's about quality and not quantity. So you have to just figure out ways to figure out how people add value to your life,
and how you can do the same.
Right, and how you can do the same. So, and that's basically, because I'm sure many of you out here, you got your besties and stuff, and y'all hang and y'all have a good time, and y'all have that foundation, and you know each other boundaries and all of that, because
and respect your besties' boundaries.
And there you go now, because I know that right now at this point, and I told her I was going to discuss it. Like my sister-in-law, her and her best friend have parted ways, mainly because the best friend got with the cousin that she doesn't get along with. And when her and the cousin banter now, the best friend had an issue with something that was going on in the family way before she got involved. Okay. And so the best friend had been in a relationship for 7 years. So when she got with the cousin, she, my sister-in-law warned her, take it slow. Of course, Fren didn't listen. Boo got in after 2 months. And the cousin just bam, wedged the relationship, wedged the,
put a wedge
in between them. And then she crossed the boundary, which I feel like, which is a strong boundary for me too. And the boundary that she crossed is that, like, she talked about her brother in a negative way when he was going through something really big in his life. And she really didn't appreciate that, because she had, like, talked to my sister-in-law about her family and about all the fucked up stuff her siblings was doing, and she never once judged them. But keep it, man, this girl is of another race too, but at the first opportunity she got to say something about her brother, like she did, and that's just a boundary. Like, that's a boundary. Like, I feel like this. As a friend, I'm here to support, right? If you talk to me and you tell me something about your siblings, that maybe something happened that was negative, or maybe something they going through, I'm not going to get mad at you a few months later and be like, oh, well, that's why your brother is a fuck up.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not my place to do that. So I feel like a huge boundary was crossed to the point where my sister was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't ever want to see you again. And keep in mind, this is my nephew's godmother. So now he doesn't have a godmother anymore. So, and it's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate when stuff like that happens and you spend all of these years formulating a friendship and, getting to know people, and then bam. But I've seen it several times. And it's something about that man and that third leg that would tear friendship up.
Yeah. What I always say is, you don't really know if you have a true friend until your friendship has been tested. Either tested and, something, was said that, you didn't agree with, or something was done you didn't like. Y'all got to have a discussion about it. It's being able to actually have the discussion. That part, a lot of times friendships end without that even happening. But if you can have the discussion, is it some recompense? Is it, oh, I'm really sorry that I said that, or and not projecting or trying to not accept responsibility. Just accept responsibility. You hurt your friend, be apologetic, and make sure you don't do that again. So I feel like testing the friendship, and I don't mean like making up a test. So let me see if she still does $100. No, in the nature, on the course of a relationship, is going to be things that happen, and just how they respond is the test.
Speaking of test, I had somebody do that to me a long time ago. They called themselves gonna test our friendship and had their man call me and try to hit on me.
Oh wow! And
I was like, what? And I was like, dude, get off my phone. And so I hung up. So about 10 minutes later, she called me, and I didn't say nothing. I didn't say that dude had called me. I did not say nothing. You know why I didn't say nothing? Because I tell you, your dude hit on me, and then bam, you gonna be with that dude and you gonna dump my ass. So I just didn't say nothing. But yeah, that was some childish ass shit too. Yeah. But people do that. When you brought that up, leave $100, see if I take it. People do tests like that. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the character of a person shows through the stories they tell, how they treat people, what they will and won't violate. Like, it's certain people. I know that if I go to, for example, if I go to a restaurant and you're a person that's rude to the server, a person that's always sending stuff back, we'll never go out to eat again.
I know other people like that too, though.
Let alone be friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this: if I go out with you and you rude to the server,
we won't ever.
And
go
you
out
giving
again.
Folks a hard time, we will never go out again. Never.
I don't believe in people, being quote unquote better than other people. You may have more money, you may be more famous, you may have whatever more. But that does not mean it's okay to shit on people that have less than you. I mean, if that person has not done anything to you, then there's no reason for you to do anything to them. Being disrespectful is just not necessary.
And on top of that, first of all, you a dumbass anyway, because who Like, who would be mean and rude to somebody that's about to serve your ass some food?
That's dumb.
That is dumb. Dumb, friend. Dumb. To that. Dumb.
Dumbass. So I just don't like people that how they conduct themselves. You know, in my presence. If you do this and you're in front of me, I know you will do this outside of my presence. Anything that people do that's questionable while I'm actually watching them, I don't want to be friends with people like that.
Mm-hmm. And make that, and that's a good point to make. If you have friends and you see how these friends treat others, and you know that this friend is vindictive or vengeful and they do shit that's questionable in your eyes, but you feel like, oh, this my friend, they won't do it to me. Think again. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Think again. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know how you maintain friendships and if you had a friendship to ever break up. And we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.